never need prescriptions, but I'm smoking on that medical. Laughing to the bank, this shit hysterical. I could lead the Israelites to Jericho. Heard she got a boyfriend, I know she think I'm sexy though. I'm not an ordinary local rapper, I'm professional. Why you roll oregano? I'm in a place they never go. Threaten me to never show. More money, more problems, bitch. Who's to say we better, bro? You don't chase your dreams, you may never know. You may never know. Well, I'm a little reminder. Show up with my squad, black gloves, peaky blinders.
Ramily. I wanted to do a quick video today. Top 5 topics right now surrounding our Los Angeles Rams. It's been such an up and down season that we really don't know what the future holds outside of what Snead and company tell us, right? So let's start off by, if you're new here, make sure to subscribe, turn in members, smash the like button. Everybody share this with all your Rams friends and family. We got to stay committed to our teams. We all know from the St. Louis days, if you've been a fan that far back, that this is nothing. 3-5, this is nothing. We've had 1-win seasons, 2-win seasons, 3-win seasons, all consecutively. And you got to ride for your team no matter what. So let's get this started. To my left, I have the rundown. So let's start with the health of Matthew Stafford. A lot of this remaining season really depends on Matthew Stafford's UCL thumb injury. So good news came out that Matthew Stafford's injury isn't going to put him on IR. But he is day to day. And the way the Rams have been playing things with injuries, it's a big possibility that they're going to push for Matthew Stafford to sit this one out. Now, if you know Matthew Stafford, he's had this injury in his throwing thumb before, and he's played through it in Detroit and most recently with the Rams. Now, Stafford is arguably the toughest quarterback in football. He has my vote there. There's a lot of tough guys out there, but Matthew Stafford definitely stands above the rest.
It's your journey. Own every mile at the Hyundai Getaway Sales.
Sorry about that. Matthew Stafford has my vote as the toughest quarterback. He's a big part of our offense, our team. He's the leader. When he's out there, I feel good about where we stand at quarterback. Now, when he's not out there, I don't. Matthew Stafford this year may not be putting up crazy numbers as we've seen as before, but he is our leader. He has 8 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, 2,070 passing yards, only 59.7 completion percentage. So, I mean, he is 35, the oldest starting quarterback in football, turns 36 this February. I like having Stafford as our quarterback. I love having Stafford as a quarterback. He brought us the Super Bowl that we've been waiting so long for. But we need to start thinking about our future plan at quarterback. Now, currently, Stetson Bennett is not playing this year. We don't know what is going on. It's a health issue, personal issue, don't know. But regardless of what's happening, respect to the Rams, they're keeping it behind closed doors. Us as fans shouldn't be mad about that. This is a human being. Fortunately, we did draft him somewhat high with one of our top picks, but he is not coming back this year. So the Rams have Brett Ripon, horrible quarterback. I have zero confidence on the confidence meter in this guy. The Rams tell us after John Wolford said he wouldn't come back to the Rams. Thank you, man. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. We don't miss you. Bye-bye. You're horrible. Stay in Tampa Bay because you know you're not going to start. The Rams said they're going to sign someone that has experience with us. We had this quarterback in training camp named Dresser Wynn, and that's who they got. Dresser Wynn. So we have Brett Ripon and Dresser Wynn right now if Matthew Stafford cannot go. What I'm going to tell you there is if these guys start, we lose. We need Stafford to win. Sure, our schedule coming up is not hard, but these quarterbacks, with the way our defense has been playing, with the way our offensive line has been inconsistent, no way. No way we're going to win. You could probably call us one of the worst teams in football with these quarterbacks. Matthew Stafford makes that much of a difference. When you have a top 10 quarterback and then you're going to the 32nd ranked quarterback, it's a huge difference, especially when you're in close games every week outside of this Dallas game. Huge difference. Future plan at quarterback, I think this year we need to draft quarterback. It doesn't have to be round one, but let's see, because this year's draft is pretty loaded. At the top, you have Caleb Williams, USC, the next Patrick Mahomes, they call him. If the Rams do end up having issues with Stafford and we have to start these guys, I wouldn't be against going for Caleb Williams. He is from Southern California already. His upside is tremendous. I am not against it. As of right now, I don't think we get him, especially if Stafford's playing. Then you have Drake May, who's having a phenomenal year. Possibility he is the best quarterback in this draft, but the hype behind Caleb Williams might outweigh the skill set of Drake May and in between who goes first between the two. Then you have Michael Penix Jr., kid wins, elite arm talent, and he's always given his all. He's a really good quarterback out of Washington. Shadir Sanders, I'm sure you've heard of him out of Colorado. Not sure he does come out this year because his father, Deion Sanders, wants him to be the first overall pick, which won't happen this year. But there is a big chance next year, how weak the class is, that he can be the top quarterback taken. More money, right? If you do that. And with NIL deals, I don't think college quarterbacks are going to feel rushed to go and get them NFL checks as quickly. Bo Nix, Oregon, good quarterback. Not sure if he's going to be a late first, early second rounder, but he has potential for us in the second round. JJ McCarthy out of Michigan, Quinn Ewers or whatever out of Texas. I like this kid's arm. He definitely is raw of the group, as well as JJ McCarthy, but like I said, this class is stacked. And then Michael Pratt, who was actually looked at as like a top 5 prospect before the season started. And he's a guy that's good on bootlegs, has some accuracy when he's outside the pocket. So I think he has this fit as well. And then there's just a name that you may know who was a top prospect coming out of high school and then had attitude issues, Spencer Rattler. He's definitely had a journey that's been one for the books. He's now with the Gamecocks. So there is a deep rookie class that the Rams could address. I think Stafford will be 36 next year, so we have to start thinking of our plan, especially when you have guys like Ripon and then Stenson Bennett. We don't really know what's going to happen with him. Can you really trust him after this? I think it would be hard to. So I think the Rams have to address quarterback next year. I am the guy in April who said draft Will Levis, second round. Love Steve Avella, but Will Levis, I loved what I seen from him. Him and McVay would have been a great duo for the future. Unfortunately, that can't happen. Kudos to the Titans on taking him. Our retool plan for 2024. You look at Spot Track. They have our salary cap next year at $46 million. That is 12th most in the NFL. Obviously, things could change. Contracts get negotiated. People can retire. Aaron Donald could be fed up if we don't make the playoffs. Stafford's hurt, could retire. People could get released. So that our cap space, regardless, we're going to be in the top 10 most likely of cap space available. Great news for the Rams, something that hasn't happened in so long. We've been pushing our cap out. This year we made moves. The Rams really have stood put on their retool. They're riding it out. They smashed the draft class. There's a bunch of free agents next year. Chase Young just went to San Francisco, but he may not re-sign with them. Montez Sweat, I think he will. They gave up a second rounder, but you never know. It's his choice. Does he really want to play with the Bears? Brian Burns. There's a long list of guys. Obviously, when that time comes, I'll do real in-depth videos on who's out there, who we could have. And I think next year is really going to be a fun year for us again. I've been pushing for us to go out and get edge for many reasons that I will discuss in one of the subjects. But the retool plan seems to be what the Rams are sticking with. They didn't lie to us. My thing is, you have Stafford, Cobb, Donald, Havenstein. You have these veterans. They don't want to rebuild. So the Rams said retool. I think they knew they could be competitive with this group. And for the most part, outside of this Dallas game, we've been very competitive. I will say that. So you have to stick with your team. I know I get upset just as much as you guys. I want them to go out, make a splash play, but it's not always going to happen. You have to trust your front office. Hey, and they brought us 2 Super Bowls in the last 5 years. So two Super Bowls. So you can't be mad. I think they have a plan. Last year, we went all in to go back-to-back. Injuries happened. Can't blame them there. So that year was just a wash. Wasn't part of the plans. So if this 1 year really is our retool year and we're bouncing back next year, most teams it's like a 3 to 5 year span. Very quick, especially when you just won a Super Bowl 2 years ago, 1 calendar year ago. So kudos to our Rams. Rookie class 2023, a big bright spot this year. Quickly, I'll go over every pick and how they've done. Steve Avella, he's done great. He's a guard. Big reason I said Will Levis over him. Harder to find that franchise quarterback than that cornerstone guard. But we do have it, and we have our guard of the future. So Steve Avella, he's had his moments where he's looked like a rookie, but overall, he's definitely stepping up. He's playing good. He's out there. Kudos to the front office. Steve Avella, great job. Byron Young, this is the man that we got in the Jalen Ramsey trade. So good job by the Rams making the most of this pick. Byron Young's won Rookie of the Week already. He's getting his sacks. He's getting his pressures. He's developing like we want. Happy there. Kobe Turner, another guy. He's playing a lot of snaps. He's doing very good stopping the run, filling in for Greg Gaines and Ashawn Robinson. Happy with his development so far. 3rd round pick. Stetson Bennett, talked about him earlier, 4th round pick. Your 4th pick in a draft, you would hope they would at least be available to you. As I mentioned earlier, he has his health issues, mental issues, family issues, not sure, but something bad enough to not have him on the active roster. So I hope the best to Stetson Bennett. Next year, we'll see what happens with that situation. Nick Hampton, round 5, hasn't really played. Actually, hasn't played at all. So we really don't know what we have in him. Warren McClendon, I do like what he can bring at the tackle position. Obviously, he's not getting his time right now with Alaric Jackson, Joseph Noteboom, and Rob Havenstein being our tackles. But in time, I think McClendon can develop into a good player for us, or a death piece. Davis Allen, haven't seen him, had his great preseason game, but I think the potential is there for him to learn under Tyler Higbee, who's under contract for 3 more years. So it takes a little bit more for tight ends to be thrusted into a full-time role. So, and he's a round 5 pick. So, Puka Nakua, the man, the rookie of the year, smash pick. What a bright spot to this season. Um, the future feels good there. Post Cooper Cup now, we have our number 1 wide receiver. He's going to continue to develop. He has Cooper Cup there guiding him. I'm so happy we ended up getting him and grateful that 176 players were picked before him. Tre'Vius Hodges Tomlinson, Treyway, it seems like he's just a special teams guy. I mean, all of us Rams fans are getting really fed up with DK. Darion Kendrick really hasn't been consistent. He talks a big game, and he really doesn't back it up all that much. We need to see Tomlinson. He won cornerback of the year last year in college at TCU. I want to see him. He's out there in special teams making some solid plays, getting some solid hits. I don't know if his size is an issue or if we're really just slow playing him in before we thrust him right in the starting lineup. But I would like to see him. I mean, he can't be much worse than what DK's doing. O'Shawn Mathis started the season on IR, came back. He's having his moments, but overall, nothing special. A pick, a round 6 pick, development guy. Let's see what he can do for the rest of the season. Zach Evans, round 6. He's been inactive. Henderson's coming off the couch starting over him. Royce Freeman's coming off the practice squad getting snaps over him. Myles Gaskin's active over him. Zach Evans is just not good in pass protection. I think that's something he's going to have to work on. This guy could be a cut candidate come next year. Ethan Evans, the bright spot that we have in the later rounds, phenomenal punter. He's been booting that ball. Super happy with that pick. He was one of 3 round 7 picks, so I'm happy we took him there. Jason Taylor and Deshaun Johnson. Deshaun Johnson has 3 tackles on the year. He's really been rotated in, especially more with Bobby Brown out. Jason Taylor, we haven't seen much of him at all. We haven't seen John Johnson III either, so we're pretty good at safety depth. And, we'll have to see what he can do. Late round picks. But overall, this rookie class, led by Puka, Vela, Young, Turner, Ethan Evans, those guys all are starters, and they've all been balling. So overall, this class, one of our best in a very long time. Now, this brings me to the last topic. Do the Rams make the playoffs? Now, this is a very tough situation. We're only 1 game out, and the team ahead of us is teams like the Vikings, Tampa Bay. The Vikings just lost Kirk Cousins. They did add Joshua Dobbs, but he is not Kirk Cousins. The NFC is absolutely weak. Atlanta is in the playoffs now due to being 4-4 in the division lead. On paper, the Rams are better than most of these teams, but we need Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford plays this week, we will beat Green Bay. We will be 4-5 heading into the bye week, and I feel a lot better because we play Seattle, Arizona, Saints, Giants, Washington, who are just tanking. Those are all winnable games, and with all those games, if we win them all, we're in, right? Seattle's gotten improved, but we play Seattle well. We need Matthew Stafford. If Matthew Stafford comes back, I stick to our 10-7 prediction, although now we're going to have to go 7-2 down the stretch. That will be tough. But one loss you could say would probably be San Francisco. And then just a random fluker. But we have to go 7-2. But 9-8 probably gets you in. Even 8-9 probably gets you a 7th seed. So the Rams, as of now, I want to say yes based on if Matthew Stafford is healthy all year. I mean, not healthy, but plays the rest of the year. If Brett Ripken's out there, no. Absolutely not. At that point, we might as well start looking towards the draft, right? Watch our team, enjoy the game, hope they stay competitive, but if they lose, they lose. Stafford plays, I expect us to win and make the playoffs. So, Ramley, I just wanted to talk about some hot topics, what's going on with the Rams and the current state. It's November 1st, time's flying. Subscribe, like, follow me on X at Shay tweeted that. Always dropping Rams tweets, interacting with the community. Take care of yourself, take care of your loved one. I'm your boy Ramsaholic, and I'm out.
Coldest days. They know I always hit my shot, that's where the fucking Kobe's grave. And when I spit, it's so insane. And when you spit, they don't replay. I'm in that green Celtic starter jacket. What happened to that car, boy? Man, we thought you had it. Look, I'm a little reminder. Show up with my squad, black gloves, peaky blinders. If you run, we find ya. Gotta keep your head straight, can never look behind ya. Time to kill every rapper till these labels sign ya. Illuminati, every necklace we rock cold, and every song we drop is fire.